So we're on our way to Udaipur. Really excited. How are you feeling? Very tired already for 12 hours journey, but it's fine. We're gonna enjoy it. Yeah, once we reach there, the tiredness will go away probably. To Udaipur right now, it's around 6:40 and the train would leave at 7:30. This is our train. Maybe let's take a look inside. I think it's this one. It's a 11-12 hour long journey. So we have like beds inside the train. So the four of us have these seats. Yep, excited. So the first impression, it looks pretty clean. They've given us like blankets and pillows. It's a night train, so we need those things to sleep. So you have 3 seats in each row. This little thing also becomes like a bed, similar to this. 3 distinct separate people can sleep. Yeah, so we're like the first people who kind of boarded the train. It's fairly empty right now. Our stop is the last one. It's Udaipur. So it's like a 12-hour journey, I think. Yeah?
Yes,
Okay.
it started. Our journey has begun. So the journey was quite fun. The seats were comfortable. This was around 5 a.m. People were starting to wake up. We're almost at our destination, just like 1 or 2 more hours to go. Everyone's waking up, freshening up. We had some tea. They had like food vendors walking around the train, so there was no issues getting food. And as you can see, it's almost dawn. It's around 7 a.m. when we reached the Udaipur railway station. So, a bit tired from the journey, but excited that the vacation is officially starting. So, let's get out of the train and start exploring the town. Here's my mandatory train exit shot that every trip needs. It was 7:30 a.m., but the station was pretty crowded because the entire train was full. So it didn't feel like we arrived too early. Now we're making our way out of the station. They had really beautiful ceilings and murals and paintings. So it actually felt like we've reached, we can see the vibes of Udaipur city already before even stepping into the city. Yeah, it was really nice. My parents really liked it. There's my mom. She wanted a picture with that. So we exited the railway station. It wasn't that big, so we reached out quite soon. There were a lot of cab and taxi people standing there, but I would suggest to get an Uber because it's a new city. You don't know your way around, and you won't be able to guide the taxi people most of the times. So an Uber would make your job so much easier. We arrived at our hotel within 10-15 minutes. It was called Hotel Kaner Bagh, and first impressions, oh wow, it was exactly as the pictures and even more beautiful, just like seeing it live. There's this a certain area in this hotel that kind of sold me and my sister into this. I'll show you what that looks like. But yeah, this was the reception. Since we reached really early, our check-in wasn't until 12 p.m. We had some time to explore around the hotel. They had really nice aesthetic vibes. There were paintings and the armors and all. It was like a 4-story building. They had armors, swords, shields, those kind of things. It was really fascinating to see. They also had some items for sale. If someone were interested, you could just buy it. We didn't, but yeah, the other option. That's me. Hi. Yeah, since we arrived early and we were hungry as well, we found this restaurant near our place. It was like right in front of our hotel. There was this entire street full of restaurants. These people weren't open yet. Also, they were booked for a group of people. But we asked them that there was no other place was open. So he was like, "Fine, yeah, you guys can sit. We'll be able to serve you guys aloo parantha." That's all we could do. And when you're hungry, you enjoy anything. So yeah, this was the area of the hotel that really sold me into getting this place. Just like look at those checkered tiles and the yellow color combination with that. It's really popping out and looked really bright. There was like a small fountain and there was this tree at the center of the hotel. It was like a real tree, so it felt like this area felt really peaceful. It was definitely my favorite place of the hotel. So yeah, apart from that, they had a restaurant. This was like a bistro. I think it was called Kaner Bistro and Lounge. And this is another Bar 93 restaurant inside the hotel. This was the pool area, something my sister and I are really looking forward to. And there's my mom chilling, enjoying her beach vibes. But yeah, it was a really beautiful place and we like the aesthetic of it. And finally, we got our room. This was the first one. Just opening the curtains, bringing some light into the room. First impressions, it felt really nice and clean. And this nook was kind of like our family's favorite part after every day, or we would just sit there, gossip, and talk about our day. This was the second room. This was taken by my sister and I. This pink curtains around the bed were honestly amazing. We clicked a lot of pictures here. And yeah, it was a bit smaller than the other room, so most of our time was spent in that room. But again, this was pretty. And the view from this room was the hotel itself. The other room had the street view. Here's a look at the bathroom. They were pretty clean. They changed our towels and provided us with the basic necessities like shampoo, body soap. They also gave us 2 water bottles in both the rooms, so we got 4 in total. The closet was also pretty clean. We had like a few hangers, some extra bedding and all. That's where we kept our bags. And they gave us some milk powder and tea bags as well. They also had a mini fridge. After freshening up and changing our outfits, we decided to go around the city. Since we were for a limited time, we didn't want to waste any time not visiting the places in Udaipur. The first place we went was called Sahelion ki Bari. That was like a 5-10 minute walk from our hotel. The entry was 10 rupees per person for Indian nationals and around 50 for foreigners. This was a really nice, peaceful sort of place, away from all the crowd and the tourist people. The place is famous for its fountains and all the greenery and the lush gardens it had. It was really nice, very peaceful. We spent like around an hour here just walking around, enjoying the scenery, looking at different places. These gardens were sort of cool. When you clap twice, the water here stops. So I don't know how that works, but it seemed like a really cool concept. Yeah, here we are just posing, relaxing. It was, I'd say, a good place to start our day. Next, we took a cab and went to Lake Fateh Sagar. Udaipur is a city famous for having a lot of lakes, so called the City of Lakes. One thing to note here, it was really hot, and yeah, so doing any kind of activity felt like a major task because of all the heat. But yeah, the boating spot was closed for lunch, so we weren't able to catch a ride here, but we grabbed a quick lunch and then made our way towards our next destination. We didn't book a cab for this one. We took an auto ride because it was like 5 minutes away from our current location. The next place we went to was the Udaipur Aquarium. It's a really famous aquarium here, and they also called it India's biggest aquarium gallery. Yeah, we just paid for the entry ticket. The entry ticket per person was around 130 INR. It was a bit expensive, I'll say, because you could finish viewing the entire aquarium in 15 to 20 minutes. And they had some other activities inside the aquarium, like a fish pedicure and that kind of stuff, but you had to pay additional for that. One thing to note is they click a picture of your group when you're entering the aquarium, and you can buy it later on for 220 rupees. We did buy ours as well. I will put a picture here. But yeah, I guess my parents enjoyed it, and it was a fun activity to do. Also, we were near the area of Lake Fateh Sagar. That's where the aquarium is also located. So we were like, why not visit it? But yeah, they had some good collection of fishes. It was quite fascinating to watch all of them. The next place we went to was Jagdish Temple. It's a famous temple in Udaipur. It's nearly 80 feet high and is the largest temple in Udaipur. Again, since this is a small city, everything was 10 to 15 minutes away from each other. So this temple took us 10 minutes from the aquarium. We got some prasad, went inside, and just sat inside the temple and yeah, enjoyed the peaceful atmosphere. It was really pretty. The architecture was beautiful. Once we left the temple, we made our way towards our next destination. It's a famous market in Udaipur. Our auto driver suggested us to cover that place within today since it's nearby the temple. So we took the same auto that we had grabbed from aquarium for the temple and for the market area. The market is called Hathi Pole Market. Again, it's a very famous market in Udaipur. We went to a lot of shops here, especially of like the Udaipur specialties. This was a shop for bags. Personally, I felt like they were a bit overpriced, but again, the way they were made, it was fairly so. We didn't buy anything from here. Next, we went to a couple of traditional shops like suits and saris. My mom bought a couple of things for herself and for a few family members. So did my sister and I. The traditional prints in Udaipur is called Bandini. So the cloth with the spots. Yeah, we also went to shop to buy some artifacts or showpieces. They were made out of stone, like marble carvings, and most of the things were very bright and colorful. They had some wooden sculptures, and of course, fridge magnets. I personally like to collect fridge magnets anywhere I go. Next, we went to a Jutiya shop. We bought some footwear, all of us. They were like really beautifully made and priced really nice. So as we wrap up our day one, we were just walking around the hotel. They had a lot of street food vendors in this area. It was called Sukhadia Circle. So there's this whole market near that area. We went to a restaurant called PCC. This was one of those restaurants we went to early in the day. It was right next to the place we went to for breakfast. We actually wanted to try another restaurant. It was called Imli right next to it, but they were fully booked and they had a few reservations as well. So this was the next best thing we got. This restaurant was also pretty full, but luckily they had a table for four, which we were able to grab. So they had a lot of food options. We all got whatever we wanted to eat, whatever we were craving. So we got some chap, some chow mein, paneer item, and yeah, some butter naan. The taste was bang on and 10 on 10. We all enjoyed it and then moved back towards our hotel. One thing I would say, I really loved the area the hotel was in. It was really safe. You could go out for walks and pretty crowded as well. So I think it was like a good tourist spot. So yeah, I feel like it was a good choice getting this hotel. So that brings us at the end of day one. On second day, we went to Lake Pichola, Udaipur Palace, and took a flight back home through Air India to reach back to Delhi. So stay tuned for part two and subscribe to our channel.